Hello and welcome. Formula E Cup races bring a special challenge, and in this season, they're actually decent handling cars. So the tuning setup I just have one of them. It's the high speed, it's maxed out. Then my driver's at level 1, that's the lowest. Principal's at level 3, but you can see that's only 2 extra things there. So this isn't very high. Like, this is not a maxed out car by any stretch. Now, I want you to pay attention to how I handle corner 1. Oh, first of all assists are off. Tilt B controls, my sensitivity's at 0. Usually I run it at 2, but anyway, listen to corner 1. Very slight braking point. Now, we're going to do this video twice. This first time's clean, second time's going to be dirty racing. We have a massive deficit, and I don't think they accounted for that when they gave us charge. Like, look at this huge deficit I've got to make up. So obviously I've used up a lot of charge. And I'm going to use different race lines in the 2 races, and I'm going to go over various things you may not know, which can hurt you in racing. Like, 1, don't get damaged. Very, very minor contact. You'll see me getting a little bit. I'll really protect my nose, though. 2, when you have 2 tires off track, that's the worst braking performance you can get out of any car in this game. So it's increasing your braking distance. That's why sometimes you're driving really deep and you don't know why, you don't know what happened, and it seems inconsistent. It's not. If you have 4 tires on track, it's best braking ability. So the game does account for that. So here I'm doing different things. Like, there was 4 tires on track. Sometimes I have 2 tires off track heading into a braking zone. Sometimes I don't. It just depends on the car or the track. Although here I kind of drive this track the same way in all cars. For this corner coming up here, I often will take 2 tires off track just for a bit there, because I need a better race line into that corner. That's a sharp corner. Heading into turn 1, though, I do not like taking any tires off track. I want to drive this deep. I want to cause him to make an error. So I'm going to keep him low, drive it in deep, and he's going to have to really get on the brakes. Heading into this corner, I do get 2 tires off track. I need that race line. So I do that here. In a lot of cars, this next corner can be full throttle. I don't have a good entrance to the corner, so I couldn't really take advantage of that. Here, I'm braking shortly after the bridge. I'm keeping all 4 tires on. A lot of people take 2 tires off there. I do in some cars, not in this car. This might be full throttle if I got it perfect. It just doesn't feel like it is, but look at these gains. So now I'm in the lead, but that's not the hardest part yet. Like, it's really hard to get to the lead, don't get me wrong. Now I have to defend for 1.5 laps, and I've used up, at that point, I'd used up like 20 of my 33%. So, with aggressive blocking, I'm going to stack up the pack behind me, and this is really interesting. I've given you 2 race views. I didn't see that happening because I'm running chase view. So now I've got to fight back for the lead. So I'm going to try to get a really nice run here. Perfect. Now I'm going to slipstream off him. Together, we're going to pass that guy, no problem. Now, I'm going to keep pressure on him. I'm going to force him to the outside. Watch this. I'm going to force him. Watch as he's going into the braking zone. He lost it. He had 2 tires off track. It wrecked his braking distance. So here, if a guy's slightly in front of you and you smash into him, he'll nail the brakes. But you've got to be slightly ahead of him. I might have said that backwards. You've got to be slightly ahead of him. You smash him pretty hard, he'll hit the brakes. That can get dangerous, though. Look at my charge, guys. I'm about to go into the red. Heading to the bridge, I'm going to be going into the red. By the way, look at the right-hand screen. And look at the rear view, the side view mirrors. They actually work in Formula E cars. In Formula 1 cars, they don't. If you're in driver view, you've got to be in the other higher-up view. It's kind of interesting. So they got it right with Formula E cars. They did it wrong with Formula 1 cars in 2019, and they've never fixed it. What do? Corkscrew, which I can't stand they call it the corkscrew. It's one of my favorite turns, but it's not a corkscrew. A corkscrew goes constantly left or constantly right, I don't know. That goes left-right. It's not a corkscrew, but whatever. Okay, so I've been doing a very good job. They got all tangled up. Okay, now I've got all sorts of charge left over. Now I can just punch it. I don't have to worry anymore. Let's see what I finish off with. Wow. I went through 1% between the last corner and the start-finish line. Okay, so there you go. Basically 358. Okay, let's do this again. This will be clean at the start, but I'm going to get dirty in here pretty quick. But honestly, for the most part, you want to race really, really clean and then do a few tricks here and there. So what we're going to be doing in this one, I'll be taking a cut and doing some dirty racing. I'll be doing some pit maneuvers. And that's not going to guarantee you the win, though. Ooh, I really went outside there. Now I'm going to take this corner different this time. I'm going to go on the inside. Last time I was on the outside. So I don't always take a corner the same way. It depends where the traffic is. Here I could have gone inside. Wasn't quite sure what he was going to do. Here I often would go for an outside pass. This time I'm going inside. If I'm going for an outside pass, I'd want to be in there sooner. I'm going to give this guy a little smack. Look at that. Look at him nail the brakes. See that? And here I'm going to go inside, which isn't quite as good, but it's a little safer because I could scrape against the bot to keep me on track if I had to. Now check this out. Shoot the corkscrew. Smack! Ouch. Now the downside of shooting the corkscrew like that is I'm using more charge. Because when you're braking heading into the corkscrew, you are building charge. Well, I've actually gone through more charge because I just lifted for a bit. That built a tiny bit, but then I was on the gas again. And going off track, you go so slow. Okay, I'm going to stay hooked up with this guy, even though I probably could pass him. I want him to be going too fast into corner one. So I'm purposely really staying on him. Then I'm going to get to the inside, give him a bit of a scrape, and he's going to get way out of it there. Okay, so it's kind of looking like a similar thing here for where I'm going to be getting the lead. Oh, a little bump there. That's not good. I could have had the lead sooner if I had. Oh, and another bump. Okay, that really threw me off. I would have had the lead sooner. I would have had the lead before the next bridge. But anyway, not a big deal. Okay, so it's looking like the same thing, but this is about to get very different. Now, to do a pit maneuver and not get damaged, watch my gas pedal, or in this case the throttle, or the power. I lifted. If you lift as you're gently turning the bot, you won't get any damage. You can do this on a stage that says no damage. I've proved this in the past. I think I did 6 pit maneuvers once, 5 or 6 pit maneuvers during a race that said no damage. You just have to gently press into them, then really press hard and lift off of the throttle right as you're turning them. Oh, I let him on the inside. Oh, good. I kept him pinned. Now I'm going to give him a turn. So I'm not doing as much blocking because I don't want them to get all stacked up behind me. I don't want to do a pit maneuver and then have a guy get around me as I'm doing a pit maneuver. So you can't let them get too stacked up if you want to do this dirty racing. You got to kind of let them get beside you and then take them out. Okay, so I'm going to do that again here. I want this guy to get to my outside. Come on, get to my outside. Come on, man, get there. No, outside. Okay, here we go, and oh, I couldn't turn him because a guy was on my left rear. Oh, okay, there we go. So now I've got to chase him down, and it's not much different. I'm burning through a lot of charge, but I'm going to bump this guy hard. Well, that wasn't enough. Okay, turn him. Not too hard to turn electric cars because they're so heavy, and they have that in the game where they're just on lower speeds. They're so loose. Okay, so now I'm going to be careful. Got to build up some charge. I've got a massive lead. Downhill, I'll build up some more charge. Coasting a lot. You build up more charge braking, but of course you're covering less distance, so it's counterproductive. You want to lift and coast as much as you can. Lift and coast. Well, I've got less charge than I did last time at this point. Wow. Racing dirty cost me more charge. Oh my goodness, look at that, guys. I almost used all of it. I was going to try to cross backwards, but that didn't really work. So there you go, the clean way and the dirty way. Please like and subscribe. I will see you out there on the track.